Hi ladies, it's Ziva here. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in with me. Now today we're going to be discussing feminine voice control. If you don't know what that is, it's essentially when you are intentionally changing your voice to enhance it. Now there are three areas to this, and when I created feminine voice control, it was on the basis of the things that I wanted to change, because I could tell that when you really change these three areas of your voice, then it really elevates not just your overall appearance, because the way you sound is a big part of that, right? But it also makes you have a lot more benefits gained in life, right? And your voice can really change and alter the way that other people view you and treat you. So the three areas to feminine voice control are very simple. Before I get into those, I do want to tell you that I will also be showing you very shortly a short clip of me prior to my feminine voice control journey. The three areas to feminine voice control are as follows. The first is femininity. Okay, it's the feminine aspect, making your voice sound more feminine. The second is then about diction, pronouncing words properly. And the third aspect to feminine voice control is really grammar, because you can improve your diction, you can make your voice sound more feminine. But if you don't know the difference between there, and there, like there are just so many, or like I was, you were, like certain things you have to know. And this is another huge part of feminine voice control. So it's not just about sounding very cutesy and la la and having kind of a wispy voice or whatever. It's not just about that, okay? It's about really sounding like a woman. Okay, we're not trying to sound like a child. We want to sound like a woman who is really able to have control at her fingertips when she's using her voice. And you're using your voice as a tool instead of just using it and not thinking about it. You're using it with control, and you're really emphasizing the areas that you want to enhance. So I think it's time for me to get into this video clip of me prior to my feminine voice control journey. By the way, if you did want to see the evolution of my feminine voice control journey, then just watch my videos from the beginning of my channel up until today, and that will give you all the clarity you need, girl. Now let's get into the clip. So basically in speeddate.co.uk, what happens is the girls sit down and the guys rotate, and it lasts for like a couple of hours. You get like 4 minutes with everyone. It's pretty good, and it's enough time to like be bored or want to talk to someone more, you know. So this is the little card that you get, and you then go inside and you're supposed to write down. This is what the card looks like inside. So you write down the badge name, their name, and like yes or no if you see them as a friend and stuff like that. That's how it works. Yes, you heard it here. You heard it here. That was baby Ziva, I'm going to call it. That was pre feminine voice control Ziva, pre everything Ziva, pre real knowledge about the benefits gained from enhancing your voice. What's kind of funny is that I actually thought I was slightly I really felt like I didn't sound as uneducated as I did. I really didn't realize the impact of that, of how I sounded, and how much it changes how you're treated. And this is whether you have makeup on, whether you don't have makeup on, whether you're wearing a nice outfit, whether you aren't. If you sound a certain way and somebody hears you and they're speaking to you, you're going to be treated very differently based solely on your voice and how intelligent you sound. You're going to sound more intelligent based on how you're pronouncing things, okay? Your diction, your grammar, and your intonation, making it sound more feminine, is really going to have that pull on men's heartstrings that women want. Who wants to have a voice that is going to be a deterrent? Who wants to have a voice and sound like somebody who isn't attractive? You know, who wants to have that? When you're a woman, you do want to sound nice, you want to feel good, you don't want to feel embarrassed of your voice or feel like you sound really stupid speaking to, you know, intelligent men who you might be dating or just out in the world, you know. It's nice to sound how you want to sound and get those benefits, reap benefits on that basis. The way that feminine voice control has changed my life has been incredible. It's been very enormous. I will be getting into soon how to implement feminine voice control for yourself to impact your life and what those benefits will be. But for me, it's improved my life because it's kind of given me the confidence to have a conversation with anybody, right? It's given me the confidence to feel like I can really stand in a conversation with anybody, that people are listening to me. I don't just sound so stupid and silly now that people will overlook everything I'm saying or whatever. So it's about making sure that I still have that feminine aspect to it. So I have that femininity power. Femininity is king, it is power, and it does hold men. It has them in a chokehold. So it's really important to make sure that you are able to have a man in a chokehold with your voice. It's very important because when you're dating, you want to be able to have that kind of influence over that person, because when you don't, I feel like it's not the full package. I feel like it's definitely not the full package for them, because if you're dating somebody who is, let's just say he is a partner in a law firm, is he going to take you, right, or feel confident to take you to a legal charity fundraiser with all of his work buddies, you know, other partners at the law firm, is his legal associates? Is he going to feel comfortable bringing you there if you don't really sound like you can really hold your own in a conversation, going up against or with those kinds of people? And you know, not that you need to be going toe to toe, but you want to be somebody who is able to eloquently convey a point, right? You want to be somebody who's able to have diction so they know what words you're using. Like, there are times where sometimes I remember I remember when I was at college and I met this guy. He was in my like class, and he was saying that he lived somewhere, and it's a place that I know now in London that's called Limehouse. And I remember he was saying it, and he was literally saying Limehouse, Limehouse. And I was like, I've never heard of it. I don't know Limehouse. I remember saying Limehouse, I don't know Limehouse. And he's like, yeah, Limehouse. And he was trying to explain where it is, which is near Poplar. And I was like, I don't know where that is. But he was saying Limehouse. And I realised that literally years later when I didn't go to Limehouse, but I was like around there. And then I realised what that guy from college was speaking about all those years ago. So, yeah. Diction is the difference between somebody knowing what you're saying and not knowing what you're saying. And it can be that the difference between that, and also your grammar is the difference between you making sense and not making sense, or it takes away from the sense that you're making because you're not speaking grammatically correct. So diction and grammar are highly important, and I would really recommend for women to be doing this as well. Of course, I'm still in this journey. I'm not perfect. I'm still working on my grammar, absolutely. And my diction, really, because I still have to think about it sometimes. Sometimes I need to think about it more than others, but it's something that comes a lot more naturally to me, and I do implement this on a daily basis. Now, With the feminine aspect, now this is the one that has really got the benefits gained for me, like even more, like all of it. I would say all of it combined makes a difference, because even if you sound a lot less well spoken and you still have a feminine voice, I feel like you still have some leverage. But when you have the diction plus the grammar, it just enhances it times a million. But the feminine aspect is a very key one. It's a key ingredient, even though they all are. But this is very important, because this is what can really get men in a chokehold. Now, when you sound feminine, it gives you the leverage and the power with your vocal cords, you know. It gives your mouth more power, and not in the sense of because you're able to vocalize what's important to you and stand up for everything that you want to stand up for. No, we're not speaking about that. Okay, we're not speaking about your thoughts coming out. We're speaking about how you can make speaking about oranges and apples sound sexy, sound interesting, sound enticing. Okay, you can literally do that just by using your voice, just by changing the intonation, or making it sound more raspy, making it sound more wispy, speaking slower. Maybe you want to seem really, excited at one point, and you can use your intonation to elevate your voice and really sound like that, So there are so many things you can do with your voice, and these are skills you will realize when you embark on this journey that have so much power and influence over the men you are dating. And we're going to get into that. So if you would like to enhance your voice and embark on your feminine voice control journey, here's how to do it, girl. Now, first of all, I will link my other feminine voice control videos in. Well, no, actually, I won't link the videos. I will link the playlist. And then you can decide from that playlist which video to watch. But I would, if you're really serious about it, just watch them all, because there's something that I might say in one and I haven't said it in the other, and vice versa. So it's actually good to get all of the information. But today I'm going to keep it short and sweet. So if you want to start your feminine voice control journey right now, this is what you have to do. The first thing is to really realize, how do I want to sound? Do I want to enhance my grammar, my diction? Do I already have those down packed? Do I sound just really serious and, just really worky and like really professional all the time? Like, how do you actually come across? How do you sound? And it's about really assessing that first of all. And the way to do that is to record yourself. This is to do an audio recording of your voice, reading a chapter or like a small, part, a small segment out of a book. Then you're like maybe I don't know, let's just say like not even half a page, like 8 lines or something really small. But you want to hear your voice pronouncing lots of different words and give yourself a chance to really hear that and chew it over. This is audio only. When you use video as well, it takes away some of what you're hearing. So you want to make sure there are no visuals and it's solely audio. Once you've done that first audio recording, then you're going to think, okay, this is the way that I envision myself sounding. Whether it might be more like me. I know lots of you have, like, I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything, but I have been working on my feminine voice control and I'm very happy with it. I'm very, very pleased with it, and it's been life-changing for me, literally. And lots of you give me compliments on my voice. Thank you very much for that, by the way. But you might want your voice to be a bit more like mine, where you can hear, okay, she's worked on her grammar, she's worked on her diction, she's worked on her feminine intonation, and she's really trying to make sure that she sticks to it and she's not regressing back, right? So if you want to make sure of that and you want to sound a bit more like me, then all you have to do is, in a second audio recording, try to do that. Okay, and you're going to read the same 8 lines and you're going to try to sound a bit more like whatever your influence is Okay, whatever your inspiration is, you're going to sound like that. And even if you haven't heard the inspiration, you're going to read those next 8 lines the way that you feel like you want your voice to go in that direction. So if you just want to sound a bit more well spoken, then read it in your voice but sound a bit more well spoken. And that's kind of how to do it. If you're working on your diction, then make sure that you just pronounce your T's. You're trying to pronounce the letters properly and you don't have to skip over them. You can really make sure that you're speaking a bit slower and you're pronouncing things, the way that they're supposed to be pronounced. If you want to improve your grammar, you want to sound more intelligent, you want to stop second guessing yourself. Was I supposed to even when it comes to spelling, increasing your vocabulary, this is something also that I'm working on, so you can use that with your feminine voice control and really enhance it. Am I pronouncing this word correctly? There and there, have I done it right? Am I saying this the way I'm supposed to be pronouncing it? Or is this the right word to use? Is it I was or I were? So you want to start learning these things so you can feel more confident when you are speaking to people. This will give you a burst of new confidence because you'll feel like you are really on more of an even playing field with lots of people of the world who know grammar. But you will also have an enhanced advantage over all of the women who do not use any kind of feminine intonation. They don't practice any feminine voice control because lots of men aren't used to that. They're used to women going into dates and acting like they are literally in an interview with the way that they're speaking, how professional they're acting, how impersonal they're being, and literally just with how unromantic and how unflirty and unfeminine they're sounding. So it's really about making sure that you're enhancing all 3 areas. Feminine voice control is essentially when you're elevating your voice, you're taking it to the next level. Now, once you have done that second recording, you play it back, you listen to it, and if you're still not happy with it, you keep on going. You do another recording, tweak your voice, and you keep on listening back, doing another recording, listening back until you're happy with what you've come up with. Then you're going to implement that voice you're happy with as much as possible, as frequently as possible, and I mean on a daily basis. Of course, if you're on a date, you're going to sound a lot more flirty and use different, fluctuations in your voice that you're not going to use when you're speaking to your mother, right? So you have to make sure that you assess, you use discernment when to speak a certain way, when to be flirty, X, Y, and Z, when to sound flirty, when to sound more raspy, you know the drill. But in terms of having a foundation feminine voice controlled voice, you want to make sure it's something that you implement on a daily basis, you introduce to your friends, your family, your relationship, if you're in a relationship, to that person also, and you can do it incrementally if you want to. But it's essentially about sounding how you want to. If you're dating and you start implementing your feminine voice control, then you're going to have more benefits gained, because what's going to happen is you are going to make men melt. The reason why is because when they hear a feminine voice, it's the polar opposite of their voice, and it makes them feel innately attracted, okay? It makes them feel innately like drawn to you, because they feel like, oh my gosh, wow, it sounds really hot to them, it sounds really sexy. So it's kind of the equivalent to a man having a really deep masculine voice, that voice, and you're just like, yum, is that kind of vibe, but the opposite way around. And it will make him feel more attracted, it will make him feel more obligated to kind of do things for you when you're sounding feminine and you seem more feminine generally, based on your voice, your makeup, your outfits, your look, your demeanor, your gestures, your walk, your perfume. But of course your voice is the cherry on top, because that is like enhancing yourself to the moon and back. You're also going to seem a lot more trustworthy when you have a feminine voice. They're going to feel like you need more help. They're going to feel like you're the opposite of them. Lots of men do feel like this when they hear a voice that sounds very girly, very feminine. They just don't feel like emotionally you're on their level. They feel like you're a lot more sensitive. They need to look after you more. If you want them to do something to help you out, then they're a lot more likely to do it. As opposed to you sounding really dominant, really harsh, really assertive when you're speaking, you want to be the opposite of that. And that is how to get the benefits gained. That is how to really embark on a very deep and influential feminine voice control journey. Other benefits gained are going to be ones like being able to date more higher caliber men, okay? So this means a lot more quality approaches. And when I say quality approaches, I mean like more professionals. They're going to be more interested in you. If you're at a bar, you open your mouth, you order something, and they hear your voice and it resonates with them, they're going to be a lot more likely to come over and to approach you, you know, than to having to resort to online dating to obtain a certain type of, you know, person, because otherwise if they hear your voice they wouldn't be interested. You don't want to have to resort to online dating. You want to be able to go out and to command this attention naturally, just being yourself, the woman you have become, the woman you've decided to be and to sound like, and they're interested in that. Now I just want to make it very clear, that point made me remember this, that you don't enhance your feminine voice control, like you don't start your feminine voice control journey unless you want to. If you like sounding the way you sound, that's great, you don't have to do this. But of course, whether you sound like you have very good diction or not, you can still use the feminine aspect to fluctuate your voice and still have benefits gained. But for me, because I'm dating more professionals and this is just what works for me and this is the woman I want to be, it's how I want to sound, this is what I want, okay, then this is why I'm doing this. And I do feel like you're able to have a lot more, like you're going to be attracting more quality and people who can really do a lot more for you if you really are working on all three of those areas of feminine voice control. Now, other benefits gained from feminine voice control and from starting this journey will be things like having better treatment, free tabs on the house when you go out. And this is because when you are sounding very girly, men think you're flirting with them because they are attracted to it. They think it's sexy, so innately they think that it's flirty, and it's like, girl, I'm just talking to you. But they kind of feel like that. So when you are using your feminine voice control to go to a restaurant or to go anywhere, you're using this, you're going to have a lot more leverage. I've even had women give me things for free, be really sweet to me. I need to be like over here a bit more. Why was I over to the side this entire time? I'm loving this corset, but I haven't tightened it properly. So yeah, this is how I need to tighten it a bit more, and then it would look a bit better. But anyway, now if anybody's interested, these are both from Shein. But feminine voice control, other benefits gained are going to be things such as free things, people being a lot more friendly to you, men treating you better when dating, getting more out of it, okay, being able to beneficial date so much easier, and really be able to be the kind of woman who commands attention and who sounds really good. Not just look good, but you sound good. You know, you want to make sure that you have that full package going on. Other benefits gained are that you're going to be able to date better quality men, have those better approaches and better dating experiences, right? And in terms of like on a day-to-day basis, the way that people are treating you, they're going to treat you like you are more intelligent. They're going to treat you like you are more feminine or like you are more girly. Really, for me, it's the freebies, okay? Dating better men and really being able to really have that beneficial dating experience. These are the main benefits gained, because when a man is then giving you money for your rent. You don't have to pay for it. And it's all because you have implemented your feminine voice control. You're sounding more feminine, you're looking better, feeling better. This is going to help you to have those benefits gained on your dating experiences, and just going out on a day-to-day basis, getting more freebies, having tabs on the house, or having somebody pay for your drinks or pay for your dinner or your lunch. These are things that are going to be happening. Your voice is very important and it holds so much power. So ladies, I hope this video was helpful. I will link my feminine voice control journey in the description box, and I want you to comment below if you are implementing this or if you would like to start. And if you have implemented it, then let us know how it's going, and I'll see you in my next video.